Hi, welcome to Sruthi Lakshmi's virtual class. Today, in this video, we are going to learn the 9 easy Vedic math multiplication techniques, which improves the calculation speed. Now you can calculate in your mind without going for many steps. Let's try an example. 13 times 17. First, find the base for the numbers 13 and 17. The base for 13 and 17 is 10. Next, we find the difference between 13 and the base 10, which is 3. Write 3 as plus 3 to show that 13 is greater than the base 10. Next, find the difference between 17 and the base 10, which is 7. Write 7 as plus 7 to show that 17 is greater than the base 10. Next, put a slash. Next, multiply 3 and 7. 3 times 7 is 21. Since there's only one 0 in the base 10, there's only supposed to be one digit in the right hand side. So we write down the 1 and carry the 2. Next, we add 13 plus 7 or 17 plus 3. They both give the same answer, which is 20. And then we add 20 plus the carry 2. So 20 plus 2 is 22. So we write 22 over here. So 13 times 17 is 221. Let's try another example. 136 times 104. First, we find the difference between 136 and the base 100, which is 36. We write 36 as plus 36 to show that 136 is greater than the base 100. Next, we find the difference between 104 and the base 100, which is 4. We write 4 as plus 04. We put a plus sign to show that 104 is greater than the base 100. We put a 0 in front of 4 because the base 100 has 2 zeros, so there are supposed to be 2 digits on the right hand side. Next, we put a slash. Next, we multiply 36 times 4. First, do 6 times 4, which is 24. We write down the 4 and carry the 2. Next, we do 3 times 4, which is 12. And 12 plus 2 would be 14. We write down the 4 and carry the 1. We carry the 1 because the base 100 only has 2 zeros, so there are only supposed to be 2 digits in the right hand side. Next, we cross add 136 plus 4 or 104 plus 36. They both give the same answer, which is 140. Remember the carry 1. So 140 plus 1. 140 plus 1 is 141. So we write 141. So 136 times 104 is 14144. Let's try another example. 1004 times 1011. First, find a base for 1004 and 1011, which is 1000. Next, find the difference between 1004 and the base 1000, which is 4. Write 4 as plus 004. We put a plus sign because to show that 1004 is greater than the base 1000. We put 2 zeros in front of 4 because the base 1000 has 3 zeros, so there are supposed to be 3 digits in the right hand side. Next, we find the difference between 1011 and the base 1000, which is 11. We write 11 as plus 011. We put a plus sign to show that 1011 is greater than the base 1000. We put a 0 in front of 11 because there are 3 zeros in the base 1000, so there are supposed to be 3 digits in the right-hand side. Next, we put a slash. Next, we multiply 4 times 11. 4 times 11 is 44. Write 44 with the 0 in front. We put a 0 in front because the base 1000 has 3 zeros, so there are supposed to be 3 digits in the right-hand side. Next, we either cross add 1004 plus 1 plus 11 or 1011 plus 4. They both give the same answer, which is 1015. So 1004 times 1011 is 1015,044. Technique number 2. Nikhilam multiplication below the base. Let's try another example. 92 times 96. First, find a base for 92 and 96, which is 100. Next, find the difference between 92 and the base 100, which is minus 08. We write 8 as minus 08 because we put a minus sign over here to show that 92 is 8 less than the base 100. We put a 0 in front of 8 because the base 100 has 2 zeros, so there are supposed to be 2 digits in the right-hand side. Next, we find the difference between 96 and the base 100, which is 4. We write 4 as minus 04 because to show that we put a minus sign to show that 96 is less than the base 100. And we put a 0 in front of 4 because the base 100 has 2 zeros, so there are supposed to be 2 digits in the right side. Next, we put a slash. So 8 times 4 is 32, so we write down the 32. We either cross-subtract 92 minus 4 or 96 minus 8. They both give the same answer, which is 88. So 92 times 96 is 8832. Let's try another example. 991 times 996. First, find the base for 991 and 996, which is 1000. Next, find the difference between 991 and the base 1000, which is 9. We write 9 as minus 009. We put a minus sign to show that 991 is less than the base 1000. We put 2 zeros in front of 9 because the base 1000 has 3 zeros, so there are supposed to be 3 digits in the right-hand side. Next, we find the difference between 996 and the base 1000, which is 4. We write 4 as minus 004. We put a minus sign in front to show that 996 is less than the base 1000. And we put 2 zeros in front of 4 because the base 1000 has 3 zeros, so there are supposed to be 3 digits in the right-hand side. Next, we put a slash. Next, we multiply 9 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36. We put a 0 in front of 36 because the base 1000 has 3 zeros, so there are supposed to be 3 digits in the right-hand side. Either cross-subtract 991 minus 4 or 996 minus 9. They both give the same answer, which is 996. and 87. So the answer for 991 times 996 is 987,036. Let's see technique 3. Shortcuts for 2 and 3-digit multiplication, also known as cross multiplication method. Let's try an example. 47 times 63. Step 1. Vertically multiply these two numbers. So 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. So write down the 1 and carry the 2. Step 2. Cross multiply these two numbers and add them up. So 4 times 3 plus 6 times 7. 4 times 3 is 12 and 6 times 7 is 42. So 12 plus 42. So 12 plus 42 is 54. Remember the carry 2. So 54 plus 2 is 56. So write down the 6 and carry the 5. Next, for step 3, vertically multiply these two numbers. So 4 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24 and 24 plus 5 is 29. So write 29. So 47 times 63 is 2961. Let's try a 3-digit example. 254 times 342. First, vertically multiply these two numbers. So 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. So write down 8. Next cross multiply these two numbers. So 5 times 2 plus 4 times 4. 5 times 2 is 10 and 4 times 4 is 16. So 10 plus 16 is 26. So we write down the 6 and carry the 2. Next, we cross multiply these two numbers and vertically multiply these two numbers. So 2 times 2 plus 3 times 4 plus 5 times 5. 5 times 4. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12 and 5 times 4 is 20. So 4 plus 12 is 16 and 16 plus 20 is 36. Sixteen plus 20 is 36. So we add the carry 2. So 36 plus 2 is 38. So we write down the 8 and carry the 3. Next, cross multiply these two numbers. So 2 times 4 plus 3 times 5. 2 times 4 is 8 and 3 times 5 is 15. So 15 plus 8 is 23. So 8 plus 15 is 23. And don't forget the carry 3. So 23 plus 3 is 26. So write down the 6 and carry the 2. Next, multiply 3 times 2 vertically. 3 times 2 is 6 and 6 plus the carry 2 is 8. So write down the 8. So 254 times 342 is 8, 6, 8, 6, 8. Now, this is the fourth technique. Nikhilam multiplication with a combination of above and below the base method. Let's try an example. 992 times 1003. Find the difference between 992 and the base 1000, which is 8. We write 8 as minus 008. we put a minus sign in front of 8 to show that 992 is less than the base 1000. We put 2 zeros in front of 8 because the base 1000 has 3 zeros, so there are supposed to be 3 digits in the right hand side. Next we find the difference between the base 1000 and 1003, which is 3. We write 3 as plus 003. We put a plus sign to show that 1003 is greater than the base 1000, and we put 2 zeros in front of 3 because the base 1000 has 3 zeros. Next we put a slash. Next we either cross add 992 plus 3 or cross subtract 1003 minus 8. They both give the same answer, which is 995. Next, we multiply 8 times 3, which is 24. Since it's minus times plus, it's always minus, so it's minus 24. So we put 3 zeros over here because the base 1000 has 3 zeros, and we subtract it from 24. So 995000 minus 24. So 4 minus 0 is 4, and 10 minus 4 is 6. 2 minus 0 is 2, and 9 minus 2 is 7, and 0 minus 0 is 0, and 9 minus 0 is 9, and 5 minus 0 is 5, and 5 minus 1 is 4, and we write down the 9s as it is. So 992 times 1003 is 994976. Now let's see technique 5. Easy multiplication by 5. Instead of multiplying 38 by 5, we could multiply 38 by 10 and then divide it by 2, which is much more easier than multiplying it by 5. 38 times 5. First, multiply 38 with 10. 38 with 10. So 38 times 10 is 380. Next we do 380 divided by 2. 380 divided by 2 is 190. So 38 times 5 is 190. Let's try another example. 536 times 5. So it's basically 536 times 10 by 2. First multiply 536 times 10. 536 times 10 is 5360. And next divide 5360 by 2. 5360 divided by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2, write down the 2 and carry the 1. So now it's 13. 2 times 6 is 12. So write down the 6 and carry the 1. So now it's 16. 2 times 8 is 16. So write down the 8 and write down the 0 as it is. So 536 times 5 is 2680. Let's try another example. 8246 times 5. So it's basically 8,246 times 10 by 2. First, multiply 8,246 with 10. So we basically add a 0 to the end. So it's 82460. Next we divide it by 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. So write down the 4. 1 times 2 is 2. 1. So 2 times 2 is 4. And 3 times 2 is 6. And write down the 0 as it is. So 8,246 times 5 is 4,1,2,3,0. Let's try another example. 68573 times 5. Since 10 by 2 is equivalent to 5, so it's basically 68573 times 10 by 2. First multiply 68573 times 10, which is 685,730. Any number that you multiply by 10, you just add a 0 in the end. Next we divide it by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. So the 2 times 2 is 4. So write down the 2 and carry the 1. Now it's 17. So 2 times 8 is 16. So write down the 8 and carry the 1. So now it's 13. So 2 times 6 is 12. So write down the 6 and carry the 1. So 2 times 5 is 10. So write down the 5. So 68573 times 5 is 34285. Now let's see the sixth technique. Nikhilam multiplication by 999, 999 and 9,999. Let's see some examples. 6 times 9. 1 less than 6 is 5. Write down the 5 and put a slash. 5 plus what equals 9? 5 plus 4 equals 9. Write down the 4. 6 times 9 is 54. Let's see another example. 8 times 9. 1 less than 8 is 7. Write down the 7. Don't forget to put a slash. 7 plus what equals 9? 7 plus 2 equals 9. Write down the 2. 8 times 9 is 72. 9 times 9. 1 less than 9 is 8. Don't forget to put a slash. 8 plus what equals 9? 1. 9 times 9 is 81. Let's see another example. 5 times 9. 1 less than 5 is 4. Write down the 4. Don't forget to put a slash. 4 plus what equals 9? 4 plus 5 equals 9. Write down the 5. 5 times 9 is 45. 7 times 9. 1 less than 7 is 6. Write down the 6 and don't forget to put a slash. 6 plus what equals 9? 6 plus 3 equals 9. Write down the 3. 7 times 9 is 63. Let's see some examples how to multiply numbers with 99. Let's use 56 times 99 as an example. First, what is 1 less than 56? 1 less than 56 is 55. Write down 55. Next, 5, you need to know what 5 plus what is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. Write down the 4. Next, do 5 plus 4 is 9. Write down the 4. 56 times 99 is 5544. Let's see another example. Let's use 80 times 99 as our example. First, what is 1 less than 80? 1 less than 80 is 79. Write down 79 and don't forget to put a slash. Next, 7 plus what is 9? 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus what is 9? 9 plus 0 is 9. So write down a 0. 80 times 99 is 7920. See some examples of how to multiply numbers with 999. Let's use 139 times 999 as our first example. 1 less than 139 is 138. Write down 138 and put a slash. 1 plus what equals 9? 1 plus 8 equals 9. Next, 3 plus what equals 9? 3 plus 6 equals 9. Next, 8 plus what equals 9? 8 plus 1 equals 9. 139 times 999 is 138861. Let's see another example. Let's use 65 times 99 as our example. 1 less, we write 65 as 065 to make it as a 3-digit number. Write down the number 1 less than 65. The number 1 less than 65 is 64. Write it down as 064. Next, put a slash. 0 plus what equals 9? 0 plus 9 equals 9. 6 plus what equals 9? 6 plus 3 equals 9. 4 plus what equals 9? 4 plus 5 equals 9. 65 times 999 is 64935. Let's see another example. 1 less than 160 is 159. Write down 159 and put a slash. 1 plus what equals 9? 1 plus 8 equals 9. 5 plus what equals 9? 5 plus 4 equals 9. 9 plus what equals 9? 9 plus 0 equals 9. The answer for 160 times 999 is 159,840. Let's see how to multiply 4-digit numbers with 4 9s. Let's use 1380 times 9999 as our example. 1 less than 1380 is 1379. Write that down and don't forget to put a slash. 1 plus what equals 9? 1 plus 8 equals 9. Write the 8 down. 3 plus what equals 9? 3 plus 6 equals 9. Write the 6 down. 7 plus what equals 9? 7 plus 2 equals 9. Write the 2 down. 9 plus what equals 9? 9 plus 0 equals 9. Write the 0 down. The answer for 1380 times 9999 is 13798620. Technique 7. Multiplying numbers by 11. It's a very easy method. Let's use 81 times 11 as our example. Write 81 and then write 1 as it is. Next, add 8 plus 1, which is 9. Write 9 over here. Next, write 8 as it is. The answer for 81 times 11 is 891. Let's try another example. Let's use 2563 times 11 as our example. Write 2563 like this. First, write 3 as it is. Next, add 6 plus 3, which is 9. Write 9 over here. Next, add 5 plus 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. Write 1 over here and like the other one over here. Next, add 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. Remember the carry, so 7 plus 1 is 8. Write 8 over here. Next, write the 2 as it is. The answer for 2563 times 11 is 28193. Now let's see the 8th technique. Same first digit and last digits add up to 10. This is almost the same as squaring numbers ending in 5. We saw this in the previous video. Now let's try an example. Let's use 47 times 43 as our example. In this example, the first digits are the same and the last digits add up to 10. First, you need to know the first digit. The first digit is 4. 1 more than 4 is 5. 4 times 5 is 20. So, write 20 over here. Next, you need to multiply 7 times 3, which are the last digits. 7 times 3 is 21. Next, write 21 over here. The answer for 47 times 43 is 2021. Now let's try another example. Let's use 74 times 76 as our example. In this example, the first digits are the same and the last digits add up to 10. First, write the first digit. 1 more than 7 is 8. Now multiply 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is 56. Write 56 over here. Next, multiply the last digits, which are 4 and 6. 4 times 6 is 24. Next, write 24 over here. 74 times 76 is 5, 6, 2, 4. Now, let's see the 9th technique. Easy multiplication by 11, 12, 13 to 19. Let's try an example. 278 times 12. First, write the first digit 2 down as it is. Next, multiply this 2 with 2. Why multiply with 2? Because the number 12 has a 2 and we take that 2 from 12. So 2 times 2 plus the next digit 7. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4 and 4 plus 7 is 11. Since there are 2 digits, we carry 1 and we write the other one down. Next we do 7 times 2. So 7 times 2 is 14, and add this 14 to the next digit 8. So 7 times 2 14, 14 plus 8 is 22. So carry the 2 and write the other 2 down. Next to 8 times 2. So 8 times 2 . So since there are no digits, we do 8 times 2, which is 16. So we write down the 1, carry the 1 and write down the 6. Next we add the carry. So 6, turn 6 as it is, 2 plus 1, 3, 1 plus 2, also 3, and 2 plus 1 is also 3. So 278 times 12 is 3336. Okay, let's try another example. 3465 times 12. Write down the first digit 3 down as it is. Next, multiply 3 with 2. We multiply it with 2 because 12 has a 2, so we take that 2 from 12. So 3 times 2 plus the next digit 4. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So carry the 1 and write down the 0. Next, do 4 times 2 plus the next digit 6. So 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 plus 6 is 14. So carry the 1 and write down the 4. Next, multiply the 6 with 2 and add it with the next digit 5. So 6 times 2 plus 5. 6 times 2 is 12, and 12 plus 5 is 17. So carry the 1 and write down the 7. Next to 5 times 2. Since there is no other digits to add, so we just do 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. So carry the 1 and write down the 0. Next, add the digits up. So 0, 7 plus 1, 8. And next, 1 plus 4, 5. And 1 plus 0, 1. And 1 plus 3, 4. So 3465 times 12 is 41580. Okay, let's try another example. 524 times 13. Write down the first digit 5 down as it is. Next, multiply 5 with 3. This 5 with 3. Why 3? Because 13 has a 3 and we take that 3. So 5 times 3 plus the next digit 2. So 5 times 3 plus 2. 5 times 3 is 15, and 15 plus 2 is 17. So carry the 1 and write down 7. Next, do 2 times 3. And next, add 2 times 3 with the next digit 4. So 2 times 3 is 6 and 6 plus 4 is 10. So carry the 1 and write down the 0. Next to 4 times 3. Since there are no more digits to add, we just do 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So carry the 1 and write down the 2. Next, add the digits up. 2, 1 plus 0, 1, 7 plus 1, 8, and 5 plus 1, which is 6. So 524 times 13 is 6, 8, 1, 2. Okay, let's try another example. 435 times 14. First, write down the first digit 4 down as it is. Next, multiply 4 with 4. Why multiply 4 with 4? Because 14 has a 4, so we take that 4. So 4 times 4 plus the next digit 3. 4 times 4 is 16 and 16 plus 3 is 19. So write the 1 and carry the 9. Next to 3 times 4. 3 times 4 plus the next digit 5. So 3 times 4 is 12 and 12 plus 5 is 17. So carry the 1 and write down the 7. Next to 5 times 4. We don't add anything to 5 times 4 because there is no numbers after 5. So 5 times 4 is 20. So we carry the 2 and write down the 0. Next, we add them up. So 0, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 1, 10. So write down the 0 and carry another 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 and 2 plus 4 is 6. So write down the 6. So 435 times 14 is 6090. Okay, let's try another example. 423 times 16. First, write down the first digit 4 down as it is. Next, multiply this 4 with 6. Why multiply 4 with 6? Because the number 16 has a 6, so we take that 6 from 16. So 4 times 6 plus the next digit 2. 4 times 6 is 24 and 24 plus 2 is 26. So carry the 2 and write down the 6. Next, multiply 2 with 6. 2 times 6 plus the next digit 3. 2 times 6 is 12 and 12 plus 3 is 15. So carry the 1 and write down the 5. Next, multiply 3 with 6. We don't add any numbers with 3 times 6 because there are no more numbers after the last digit 3. 3 times 6 is 18. So carry the 1 and write down the 8. Now add the up. So 8, 5 plus 1, 6, 6 plus 1, 7, 4 plus 2, 6. So the answer for 423 times 16 is 6, 7, 6, 8. By practicing all these techniques, anyone can calculate complicated problems in their mind. Also remember that practice makes you apply the right techniques for multiplication problems. Now you can calculate multiplication problems in seconds. Thanks for watching.